Hello everybody and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I hope you're all doing well. I apologize for missing last week's upload. I just really didn't have that much to share last week, so I just went ahead and skipped it. If you hear any little beeping noises at all during this video, I am filming in a different room than usual, and I do have 3 cats. And I have a feeling that me talking is going to alert them that I'm in this room. It's currently like 1:30 a.m., so they were all asleep, but it seems I have stirred at least one of them. Flan, look up here. Look at the camera so they can see you. He's super interested in my mic and not my camera. But that is my baby boy. His name is Flannery. We call him Flan for short. And we've got 2 other boys. They're kind of eyeing me up out there, so we'll see if they if they make the trek out here or not. But anyway, let's get into it. I did not make a list for myself this week, so hopefully I don't forget anything major that I wanted to talk about. So, general life stuff off the bat, I just have not been feeling great lately. In my last Flosstube, I talked about having some issues with my IBS, and I have kind of gotten past that at least, but I am having some mental health issues. I mentioned at some point on this channel that I have seasonal depression around this time of year on top of my normal depression, so yeah, that's really been kicking my ass lately. So I apologize if I seem low energy or anything like that today. I do really enjoy filming for this channel. But yes, I just don't have a ton of energy right now, so I'm really sorry about that. In other news though, I have officially graduated university, so I'm really excited about that. I've mentioned this before as well. I've spent 5 or 6 years in university, and I'm graduating with a 2-year degree this year. I dropped out at some point, and there were just a lot of major switches and everything like that. So, but anyway, I'm really happy about that. The degrees were finalized. One of my cats just knocked my light over. The degrees were finalized on May 20th, so yeah, I'm all set to go as far as I know. I didn't get to participate in the actual graduation ceremony, but I knew that already, so. One of my other cats has decided to come in. This is Almond. He is our youngest. He is turning 2 in June. He's rubbing his face on all of my tripods, so please excuse him. I didn't mention how old Flan is. He just turned 2 in February. This is our 3rd boy. This is Cashew. He is turning 4 in August, I believe. Almond and Cashew are my fiance's cats, and then Flannery is my cat. So they did grow up separately, and we only just moved in together last June. So they had to go through introductions and everything. If you guys have ever had to introduce cats to each other, it is certainly no easy feat. So, but yes, those are my cats. They will probably be walking around. But yes, anyway, other than the mental health stuff and graduating university, things have been fairly normal, I guess. My partner has had some improvements with his job, so we've been really happy about that actually. And I have had some other stuff come up with my job. One of my coworkers is quitting at the end of May, which really sucks. In the whole company, there are only 6 of us that work there. It is a very small local business. There's only 4 of us who are actually shop hands. And then there's the owner and her husband who does HR and inventory. So it does really suck losing one of our coworkers. All of us really only work 2 days a week max. So I'm not really looking forward to picking up one of her days. I really enjoy working like just a little bit. So, and my income is just like supplementary income for our household. So, I'm not really like in need of the hours or anything. And also, like, the six of us are all pretty close. I mean, I guess you would expect with like a team that small, we all really like each other. And my coworker will still be around and stuff. She does sell candles at our store. We take in a lot of work from local artists that we then sell out of our storefront. And she does sell stuff through us, so we'll still see her around, and also like I'll probably see her outside of work too. But yeah, that's just been a little bit stressful. I think that's about it for life stuff. So we can go ahead and get into my whip update, which is pretty small this week. Yeah, Cashew, is that so bright? So bright in the light. This is kind of related to my haul section, but I didn't actually cross stitch all that much in the last 2 weeks, and the reason why is Cashew, don't rub on my mic thing. The reason why is because of these boxes, which is like the whole reason I'm filming out here. I recently got a new floss storage system in, and it arrived like 4 days after I finished filming my last Flosstube video, and I really haven't done much stitching since then. I've just been really focused on like rehoming all of my floss, and making sure that it's all set up how I like it to be. And I literally only just finished it last night. So it took me about a week and a half, and I was pretty much working on it every single day for a couple hours. So it was certainly a big task that I had taken on. Can you guys see how cute he's being? Yeah. So last time, or at some point recently, I mentioned that I had been working on Bohemia a lot. And I had just switched from doing full cross to tent stitch, and I had intended to stop stitching on Bohemia. But I just kept going. I just have been really enjoying this. I haven't really wanted to stitch on anything else at all, really. Much to the dismay of my WhipGo board. So, yeah, a couple things. I did get 6 days of work in on this, so I did tick off another... Do you need to do that right here? I did tick off another one of my WhipGo squares for Bohemia, which the requirement for that is doing 5 days of progress on her. The number has not yet been called, but I am allowing myself to work ahead on my WhipGo board, so yes, that is ticked off. Let me get Pattern Keeper pulled up. Ollie, come on. Sometimes we call Almond Ollie for short. Yeah. Anyway, Pattern Keeper. Let me get a picture from last time for where I was at, and I'll put it on screen. Oh my goodness. And then this is where, I'll leave my needle. This is where I'm at now. So, yeah. This is 3,529 stitches, which is 1.57%. So I haven't done too bad. I am a lot happier with how the tent stitch is looking. My camera, I noticed when I was editing like the last video, my camera with like this light that I have going on, and like my camera films in 4K, you can really tell a difference, and it looks way more sparse on here than it actually is in real life. I promise that it looks pretty much the same. Hi, bud. It looks pretty much the same in person. So, yeah. But anyway, just today I went through with this color and I stitched like all this confetti going around. I don't know if it would be considered confetti, but anyway, all these like little stitches, and I've been filling in these, the little stars, and I I ran out of that like brown gold color and I didn't feel like going back into my thread card to get more. So I just went back to stitching the maroon background. There is so much of that maroon color. So, but yes, this is kind of the very outline of the arch at the top of the design that says Bohemia. So it's pretty cool to like actually see a shape coming in and not just like a bunch of background. So yes, that's where we're at. And that is literally all that I have stitched in the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Almond is over here playing with his mint toy. So I'm really sorry if you can hear that, but he like won't leave me alone. So, so haul. I have a couple items. First, obviously, is my floss storage, but I'm going to have a whole separate section about that, so stay tuned. A couple other things I did pick up, though. I had a couple $5 reward vouchers at Michael's. I think I had 2 of them. So I wanted to use them before they expired because it was getting pretty close to when I wouldn't be able to use them anymore. So I decided to pop in and just kind of look around and see what I could find. I'm not currently kitting up any new projects or anything, so I wasn't really in the market for floss. But I did come across a, try to get this so it doesn't have a glare, a bead organizer that was actually on clearance for $10. So I got this for free, so that was awesome. But yes, I think this will be really helpful. I don't really do a lot of beaded projects. So currently I only have one that has beads. There will be more, guaranteed. I literally own like 5 other patterns that are by that designer and they're going to have a lot of beads. But yes, I currently have beads for my O-dial cross stitch, which I stitched on a couple weeks ago if you guys are interested in that. But I thought it would be helpful to have some sort of organization for my beads. I'm sure at one point I will absolutely outgrow that container and I'll have to look into something else, but for now, that's like pretty much perfect for me. It has 24 little thingies, so I should be all set. So yes, I acquired that bead storage thing, and more excitingly than that, pretty much my favorite cross stitch designer, Make It Pink, released the first 3 of the Sailor Moon designs that she is doing. The original art is by Hannah Alexander. If you can tell, I'm very excited about this. Yes, so I've talked about this before, but I have all of the designs on pre-order. I think there's like 14 of them. So yeah, pretty much how it works is she's releasing them in like groups of 3 mostly. And then when she's done with that group of 3, for people that have pre-ordered the patterns, she makes a custom listing for them on her storefront. We go on and we purchase them. And then after that, she'll have the pattern available for the general public. So I got my pre-order patterns the other week. Yeah. I believe it was regular Sailor Moon, Princess Serenity, Sailor Moon, and Sailor Mercury, I'm pretty sure. So I'm really, really excited. I already saw somebody started Princess Serenity. And yeah, that one has a ridiculous amount of beads on it. The designer has been posting in her Facebook group about making these patterns. And so yeah, we've gotten all the behind the scenes details on that. I don't anticipate starting those patterns this year or really that soon at all. Her patterns are very labor intensive and they take a lot of brain power just with the amount of fractional stitches and blends and everything like that. So I don't think I can do more than one at once. But yeah, I do have those in my stash, so I'm super excited to get to those one day. Okay, and then the big thing that I got this past 2 weeks is my floss storage system. Scooting over. I've talked about this numerous times on this channel, but I purchased the floss chips from Pip and Chip. I saw them on some Facebook group that I'm in at some point like a couple months ago, and I've just been deeply obsessed with them. So I saved up for them because they are quite expensive, and I finally purchased them. They came super fast. They finished production in like a week, within a week of me ordering, which I didn't expect at all. It said 3 to 4 weeks, so that was really cool. And they shipped to me pretty quickly as well. So yeah, oh goodness, I knocked something off of my dresser. I have 4 of these boxes. These are just like storage boxes from IKEA. If you are interested in these floss chips, they do tell you what type of box from IKEA will work with their storage rack. I don't remember what they're called, but yes. If you can see on the front of the box here, normally it has like handle holes. I chose to tape some cardstock on the inside and write like what number flosses are in each box. This is a dual purpose, one so that I know which box is which, and 2 to block the hole so that Almond does not reach his dumb little arm inside of there and pull all my floss out and chew on it, like he tried to do the first 5 minutes that I had them out here. So, but yes, let me show you what it looks like. So each of the floss chips just looks like this. The number labels are printed on there, so they won't ever like come off or anything like that. That's pretty much the biggest reason why I wanted to get these floss chips. I wanted something that was going to be more permanent for me than something like labeled bobbins or any other kind of floss drops. Almond is going under the dresser. But, whoa, I'm holding this like balanced on one hand. This is what they look like with thread on. So you put like most of the skein right here, and then when you have that little bit that you're, you know, still pulling single strands off of, you just put it in the smaller hole. And this hole on the end is for looping onto a ring or however you want to do that. So all of my floss chips look pretty much exactly like this. I cut it to like this length. I wrapped it around my arm a bunch of times, and then cut the loops. So these are all ready to stitch with whenever I get around to that or whatever. I do have some chips missing in here. That's just because since I like organized all my floss, I have some colors that I'm using in projects and stuff, so those chips are just in project bags where they belong. I don't know how much I'll be able to show you. I guess you can kind of see. They send you, if you choose, they will send you these wood and foam racks along with these white clips, and that's what you like store the floss chips in inside these boxes. I find it really helpful. I really like it. Just getting that box out of here so that I can go back in the middle. Again, my cats are playing under the dresser, so I'm very sorry about that. But yes, this storage system does take up a lot of space. This is a, I think, 5-foot dresser, and it's slightly taller than my dresser with all 4 boxes stacked on top of each other. So I was hoping I could fit this in my room. It did not quite fit, so my partner very graciously said that he would not mind if I had it out here. So thank you, Ruben. I really appreciate that. We haven't really had many problems with the cats going after the boxes. Flannery and Cashew are usually pretty good at not getting into stuff, even though they're very young and rambunctious. But Almond is definitely our troublemaker. Like I said, he did try to go after my floss. I had literally left the room for 30 seconds. I'm not exaggerating. And I came back and he had a bunch of my flosses pulled out of the handle hole. So that was super cool. But yeah, pretty much ever since I put these little cardstock blockers on there, he hasn't really tried to go after them. He tried to jump up on top of them one time, but he didn't quite make it. So after that, he realized that he can't make it up there. So he stopped. So when you order these floss chips, they send you the full range of DMC colors. They do not send you anything that is discontinued. And this means colors that are discontinued for everybody, and also colors that are only discontinued in certain regions, specifically in the UK, because that's where they're made. I had, I think, 2 colors in my stash that were discontinued for everybody, and I didn't know that going into it, so I was like, fuck, they forgot to send me a floss chip. And then I looked it up, and they're just discontinued colors. So those remain on bobbins in my bedroom. And I also had one floss that was only available in the US and Australia. So it is discontinued for folks in the UK. And so I did not receive a chip for that color either. I didn't know that going into this purchase. It wouldn't have really like changed my desire to get it. But just for anybody who's looking at this, just be aware that if you have a lot of discontinued colors, you'll just want to be aware of that. However, they do send you, I think it's like 10 of these blank floss chips. So that's actually really nice. I am planning to I have like a satin floss and a DMC Light Effects, and I'm planning to hang those on these chips. I might also go ahead and put my 3 discontinued colors on these just so that I can have them somewhere. However, these 4 boxes are completely filled. They are perfectly full. The chips fit exactly into the 4 boxes. They do send you 2 ecru, 2 white, and 2 310s. And some 2 of the like 2500 or whatever it is. I don't remember. But there's a couple extra chips that you get in there, so you could in theory swap those out. They also, I believe, sell just the blank chips if you're interested in just the blank ones. That might be something that I look into if I start getting a lot of DMC Light Effects or any other specialty stuff. The chips that you receive are only for the standard DMC 6-strand embroidery cotton floss. So there's no etoile, there's no light effects, there's no satin, nothing, which is totally fine with me. But just, again, something to be aware of if you guys are looking at this. I believe the blank chips that they sell, you can get them with the storage rack. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that you can. So that might be an option for people that have large stashes of these like weird flosses. I also found that I could fit like 2 skeins of floss roughly in there comfortably. You could definitely fit more if you wanted to really stuff it in there, but I pretty much maxed it out at about 2 skeins of floss. For my Heaven and Earth design, I had some colors that I had to buy like 5 or 6 skeins of. So if I have any extra skeins, they're just living in my old bobbin cases, all curled up and ready to be added to floss drops whenever I run out of that color. One other thing that I just have to make a quick note of, when you get the floss chips, on one side of them, they have a protective film. And you're meant to remove this film. They say that you can leave it on, but it's just like not needed. It like scratches really easily and it feels weird, and I just like absolutely had to remove it from all of my chips, and it took forever, like 4 hours. So, I think I really underestimated the amount of time it would take for me to do this whole floss system. So yeah, just be aware of that as well. Generally, though, I would say cons for this floss system is it takes a really long time to set up, like initially, and it's really expensive and it takes up a lot of space. But pros, I think that they're printed really, really nicely. Like these are genuinely so high quality. I really like the way that it looks. I think it looks really organized. It's really practical. It makes my floss stay nicer. The flosses that I had bobbinated are like all kinked up all over the place. And I'm hoping that having them hanging down nicely is going to help straighten them out a little bit. And yeah, overall, I would really recommend these if you are looking at them and if your budget allows for it. This is definitely not something that I would recommend for beginners or people that are just starting out with cross stitch, just because it's such a big investment. And if you don't have like an extensive floss stash, or if you aren't sure if you're going to stick with it for very long, it's not worth it. But if this is like your main hobby and you do it all the time and you like floss drops, I definitely think that this is worth the investment. That was a very long ramble about Pip and Chip floss chips. I hope this was helpful to anybody that is looking at these chips. If you have any questions for me about these, please let me know and I can try to answer them. I know like some people might be interested in like I don't know, like sizing or anything like that. So just let me know and I can see what I can help you out with. Okay, and on to the final section, which is plans. I haven't really given this too much thought, so we're just gonna wing it and see what my brain thinks of. For one, I would like to sort my beads into my bead sorter thingy and just kind of get that out of the way. That's something that'll probably just take me a couple hours to get done, so, or an hour, we'll see. I did, go ahead and, like I said, I switched all my floss onto floss chips, and that included the stuff that was in all of my, whips. So all of that is all ready to go now. I have no excuses. I can start working on anything at any time. So I don't know. I would really like to try to work on something other than Bohemia because I have been really fixated on her and I'd like to knock out some of my smaller projects. I'm really close to being able to get my first reward on my WhipGo board. It's if I get 10 separate things completed, then I will be able to buy a certain pattern. However, just today I was checking my Etsy favorites just to like look at that pattern again, and I can't find it anymore. I even went back to my very first Flosstube video and I linked the pattern in the description and it says that the item and the shop can't be found. So I don't know if that means that they permanently closed their shop. I don't know. I just don't know what that means. So that's really sad. So I guess I'm going to have to pick a different thing to start or to get for that, I guess. I don't know. I might like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might just kind of go through my likes and see if there's anything I wanted. Otherwise, my reward for getting like a bingo is to buy fabric for the Ultimate Epic Pokemon cross stitch, and I could just do that instead. But then I'd kind of still be in the same position because I would need a reward for my like one bingo thing as well. So I don't know yet. I'm really, really bummed about that. I fucking knew that I should have bought those patterns earlier, but yeah, I'm really upset. Really though, I would like to hopefully spend some time on my That Which Does Not Kill Us stitch along. And I also really need to pick up my Fox Autumn cross stitch that I have. I haven't touched that in a really long time, and it's got a couple squares on my WhipGo board that I've been ignoring for a long time. Like since like February. So yeah, I think that needs some good work for sure. I just like really haven't been motivated to pick that one up. So yeah, that's where we're at this week. I think that's everything that I have to share with you. Just kind of a general housekeeping thing. Until I start having like a lot of progress again, I'm kind of going to be uploading on a case by case basis. That might be every other week. It might be every 3 weeks. I'm not sure exactly. I had been uploading every single week, but I just haven't had really the time, energy, or progress to share every single week. So, yeah, we'll see. So if I skip a week, if I miss a Wednesday, that's why I didn't upload. But yeah, I promise I'll still be around. Also, I just wanted to address that today I checked my channel. I usually check it at least once a day to see if I have any comment notifications. And I noticed that I hit 100 subscribers somehow. Really suddenly. The last time I really paid attention to my sub count, I was at 85, which was a few days ago. So, thank you so much. I feel like everybody says this, but I genuinely didn't expect people to watch this channel. I thought that I was a little bit weird compared to the rest of the people on Flosstube, and that's not coming from a place of feeling inadequate or being insecure. I fully embrace my weirdness. In real life, I actually look weirder than I do on camera, believe it or not. I usually wear really weird shoes. My makeup is typically a lot heavier, and yeah, I just exude a weird person aura, and I absolutely love that. But I just wasn't really sure if people would appreciate my personality or my vibe because I don't really find many floss tubers that are like me. So genuinely when people started subscribing and commenting on my videos and stuff, I was really, really pleasantly surprised. I have 2 other YouTube channels. One of them was originally for cosplay stuff, which I haven't uploaded on that one in 2 years. And then I have another channel that is just about witchcraft and paganism. That one I typically upload on average once a month. I started it in January of 2021, so it's been around for a little while now, but this channel is growing faster than both of those ever did. And it's kind of insane because with my cosplay channel, when I started that, there were not very many cosplay YouTubers around. So there was definitely a market for that audience, if you want to look at it that way. And with my witchcraft channel, I knew that there's just been a lot of people looking to get into paganism and witchcraft lately, and I think that my video quality and stuff is good enough that people see the effort that I was putting into those videos, and they seem to really like my content. So both of those channels, I expected people to watch my content to some degree, but this channel is just me rambling at a camera for 30 to 40 minutes about cross stitch, and I really didn't think people were going to care, but people really like it. And I just find that really sweet. So thank you guys so much. I'm just petting my cat down here. He's being really cute. Again, it truly means so much to me. I really enjoy making videos for this channel. It's very low effort and very chill usually. So that's definitely a big change compared to the other 2 channels that I have run during my 10 years on YouTube. Anyway, I think that's enough rambling for tonight. I do have to work in the morning, and it's currently 2:15. So I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time.